Welcome back to Cape Media News. I'm Lauren Williamson. In a continued wave of protests against the housing of illegal migrants on Cape Cod, demonstrators once again converged outside the Yarmouth Town Hall on Tuesday, September 12th. The protest took place in conjunction with a scheduled Yarmouth Board of Selectmen meeting where protesters publicly voiced their concerns.
So we're here tonight because there's a Board of Select meeting tonight. We're supposed to be allowed in for public comments starting at 6 o'clock, but there is also an agenda item, I believe it's at 7:15, where they're supposed to talk about the Yarmouth Resort, which we find interesting because we've heard that the Yarmouth Resort is on hold. However, there are other hotels and motels in the area that have been targeted to take in illegal aliens, and that doesn't seem to be a discussion topic on the agenda. So we want to hear what they have to say. Nobody's been communicating directly with us. We're kind of feeling there's a hands-off communication going where they're just saying that this is being pushed down by the state and there's nothing they can do. But we want to know that our town is representing us and pushing back on this. And so hopefully we'll get some answers tonight.
Before the meeting commenced, Select Board members including Michael Stone and Daniel Horgan visited the protesters to engage in dialogue, seeking to understand and address their concerns. As the meeting began, protesters transitioned inside the meeting room. Chairman Michael Stone set the tone, emphasizing the need for order and civility.
I want to get a show of hands of, and I'm going to start with Yarmouth residents. Yarmouth residents who wish to speak on the issue of the migrant housing.
The illegals?
Whatever.
The illegals.
Why don't you wait till you're recognized, ma'am? And let me say one thing, because I'm very irritated about something, and I'm a straight shooter. I don't hide things. Whoever walked in this room while we were in executive session, don't do that again. That is illegal. That is disrespectful. And we're not going to put up with it. I'll let you say whatever you want. I'll let you criticize whoever you want to criticize. I'll let you trash talk whoever you want to trash talk. That's your constitutional right. But you don't have a right to walk into an executive session meeting. And the next time someone does that, I won't even warn you. I'll have the police remove you. So let's be clear. And you'll get an opportunity to speak, but you won't interrupt other speakers. And I won't let anybody interrupt you either. All right, so who wants to speak on this issue? Give me Yarmouth residents, show of hands. Not that many. I thought we'd have more.
Town officials clarified that they had no role in bringing the migrants to Yarmouth and were equally surprised by the situation.
There are accusations that the Board of Selectmen is somehow acting in concert with the state. There's nothing further from the truth. Bringing migrants to Yarmouth is not something Yarmouth officials or staff had anything to do with. We've never even been afforded the opportunity to have any discussion with anybody in the governor's office about this issue. They haven't even invited us to say, do you have any concerns? How will this impact your community? What kind of support might you need if we move X number of families into your community? We were told what was going to happen, as if it was a mandate. I have no involvement with the Commonwealth of Massachusetts in any shape, manner, or form as to what's happening. And I will tell you, number two, that I am totally committed to represent the interests of the people of my community.
This is a very complicated issue. And as everybody at this dais has said, we're behind the eight ball in terms of getting information from the state. This is all happening without any communication, without any input by your town leaders. You know, we're talking about housing. That's one big issue, and people being displaced, issues that we've had with housing our own people, never mind people that are coming from elsewhere. That's a huge issue. Putting housing in hotels more than 30 days, huge issue. We spent years trying to stop that from happening in this town. And here we are sitting back while the state does it to us. It's an issue. It's a problem. We're looking for solutions and answers and communication from the state. And it's not just housing. You all know What is the impact going to be to our schools? What's it going to be to our fire and to our police, to our health? This hits so many core areas of our community. So please be assured that we are doing everything in our power with our legal representatives, with our town representatives, each of the people here to get the information so that we can make the best decisions possible and represent your interests going forward. We're glad you're here, but please don't assume that we're in conjunction or cohorts with what has happened here, because we are just as surprised as you. I don't want to lose sight of the fact, though, that we're talking about people here. You know, none of us, we talk about crisis. Yes, it's a crisis, and we're trying to deal with all these issues, but these people are also in crisis. I don't want to lose sight of that.
The meeting opened the floor to public comments, giving community members an opportunity to voice their concerns.
My main concern is the health of my grandchildren when these kids are going to start going to school. They have walked through the jungles of South America. They have just walked in. We don't know what diseases they have. Our kids are required to have vaccinations or they're not allowed in these schools. And I am going to request and demand that the health department puts together an agenda for every single child that ends up in our town before they set foot on a school bus, let alone sit next to my grandkids in school. And I will keep the health department accountable. So if there's a certain meeting or whatnot, but I want to see it in writing what these kids are required to have before they go in and sit next to my grandkids. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you. Very good, very good point, ma'am. And I can tell you, I have 2 little grandchildren, and I have the exact same concerns.
The state has a rapid response medical team that is on site evaluating a medical condition and conducting health screening for all of the folks that have been placed in our community, and that's an ongoing process, and there is professional medical care here.
Why didn't they do it before they sent them? Why didn't they do it when they took them out of the
said that
plane?
They had health screenings at a welcome center. We didn't get those results. That there are medical professionals on site conducting health screenings.
I think these people are going to be shoved down our throat. I don't think they're going to be sent away. I don't think there's anything we can do about it. I hate to say that, but there's probably going to be more coming. My question is, and my proposal is, since there is no plan, can we make a plan? What can we do here in Yarmouth? Can we take this into our hands and have has anybody been to the hotel besides some guy who drove by in a pickup truck to harass somebody of color? Has anybody been to the hotel to speak to the people and represent the town? Has anybody wondered, hey, can we go talk to these people? I mean, it's like if a spaceship landed in your backyard, you're not going to, you're going to go talk and say, hey, what's going on here? That's what we have to do. Why can't we form a committee, a group of people, and go talk to these people? I mean, hell, they're human beings just like we are. They don't speak our language. They do. You'll find English speakers over there. You will. All right? Put the pitchfork away and think like a Cape Codder. Because most of the people in this room, you came here and we welcomed you. Yeah, okay? You came here and Cape Cod welcomed you. All right? Now we're Cape Codders and we have to welcome these people because you can't get rid of them. You're not going to get rid of them.
If we have teachers that can teach them language, we can have them
right.
go with us to their
So
hotel.
that's why. Can we form a committee to get together, think about this, and take some action? If the government at the state level is not going to give them physicals, why can't we give them physicals?
What's the action that you want to take, though?
Why can't we form a committee, go talk to the people, screen them ourselves for health?
We've been up the dialogue.
We can try to do something. Look at.
All right, time out.
Are here to stay. They're here to stay.
Their
We can't get into dialogue, arguments between people. This is ridiculous.
I am just proposing, okay?
Look at me.
I am proposing, sir, that we as a town put a committee of people together to talk to these people. They're human beings just like we are.
We are,
okay? Granted, they might have diseases. Well, we don't know that yet. Okay. They don't speak English. You don't know that.
How are you going to talk to them if they don't speak English?
Don't argue back and forth.
Which I'll bring crayons.
Don't argue back and forth. So do you have anything else?
No, I don't, sir, but I have time to do this.
You want to say you want to get a committee to approach these people to see if there's a constructive solution to these problems?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Despite town officials' efforts to maintain order, tensions ran high, leading to disruptions during the meeting.
If I owned a motel, I could respond to the state and say, sure, I would love to take these people. How much are you paying?
But it's not meeting the town requirements.
You already said that we only had a 30-day stay in our motels.
Okay. All right, sit down. Sit down. I'm going to answer your question. Sit down. Did you go to law school, sir?
Not yet.
Okay, good, because I think you should start. Now, the 30-day requirement, we're trying to ascertain from our town attorney whether or not that can be superseded when a governor declares a state of emergency.
So that's how you're trying to stop it? Is that your answer? Because you still haven't.
We don't take action or create action plans, ma'am, till we have all the information and know what our chances of success are.
We know the information, they're here. We know the concerns we have. Obviously, everybody.
If we can enforce the 30 days, we will, and ma'am, sit down. All right, I'm going to have you removed. Officer, would you get this lady out of here, please?
Oh my God! Freedom of speech!
For us, we don't work for you.
And you did not answer her question.
She asked you a direct question. You just told us.
You can speak in an orderly manner, but you can't disrupt the meeting. There's a difference.
Town officials affirmed their commitment to improving communication with the community by creating a dedicated section on the town's website for updates on this current situation.
Whoever made the suggestion of devoting a place on our website for information pertaining to this issue, I think was a very good suggestion. There was a lot of good suggestions, but that one in particular would be a good way of keeping people informed. And we'll talk to our IT department and see if we can't set up something like that.
Mr. Chairman, they're already working on it. I just was out in the hall talking to the IT director, and they're already started work on it. So
beautiful.
In a closing vote, the selectmen decided to send a letter to State Governor Maura Healey, expressing their strongest concern about the selection of the Yarmouth Resort Motel as a potential property for emergency housing, citing numerous zoning violations. The letter to Governor Healey is now available on the town's website for public viewing. As tensions continue to simmer, Yarmouth and the rest of Cape Cod community awaits further developments in this ongoing issue.